What's up, yo? It's Big Bear Joe at the Big Bear Joe radio show, 91.3 FM. I'm here with Mr. Joey Mills, so it's a Joey interviewing a Joey. I'm here at the Arkansas ComicCon in the natural state, right smack dab in the city of Little Rock. We're at the State House Convention Center. Joey, we were talking previously about the fact that you've been with this event for a while, among others. Let's talk about a little bit about what's people going to expect whenever they come this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday we're here 3 to 8, Saturday 10 to 6, Sunday 11 to 5. We have got... If you're a fan of something, there's something here that's going to appeal to you, because we have celebrity guests ranging from Shamik Moore, who is the voice of Miles Morales in the animated Spider-Man Spider-Verse cartoon film. We have from that to anime voice actors like Melee Flanagan, who does the Naruto. I know it's huge with the kids. All the way up to like Jonathan Frakes, who is in Star Trek The Next Generation. William Shatner, the OG captain. Mm-hmm. Christopher Lloyd is here. We've got professional wrestlers like Lex Luger, Scott Steiner, Ron Simmons. Voice actors, Jim Cummings, who is the one and only voice of like Winnie the Pooh, Darkwing Duck, all that stuff from decades back. So just a little bit of something to appeal to everybody. Paul Williams, who was Little Enos in Smokey and the Bandit. Right. You name it, there's something here. Plus, we've got tons of vendors. We've got people dressed up in costumes. If you show up here for any one of the 3 days, you are, number one, the people watching is worth the price of admission alone. Right. You're going to see an experience that you never thought you would get to see here at home in Little Rock. So there's always something. We got tabletop gaming going on. We got video game arcade set up. I mean, there's something for everybody here this weekend.
Well, I think these kind of events have grown quite a bit. I think, in a state like this, it's not got a large population. They're not used to having events like that. And it's a privilege to have, a lot of these actors and artists and stuff in an event like this. I don't think... I hope people do appreciate that.
I think they do. I mean, this event has grown over the years. This is the first year that we're doing all 3 days. Right. Because, it is already sold out for Saturday. Mm-hmm. Our weekend passes are already sold out. So we have some single day passes for like Friday and Sunday. We will sell tickets for Saturday. Right. But it's all based on, we got to get the pre-sale people in. We've got fire code Right. Literally, it's the fire code in this building that hits us the hardest because people show up for this event. That's why a third day was added this year. That's why we're able to go out and get names like a William Shatner, because they see how the people turn out for this and how they continue to turn out in greater numbers year after year. And like you said, the entire convention scene has just kind of exploded, especially post-COVID, when people have been like, I need to get out of the house. Right. Or, hey, there are opportunities to do things that maybe we didn't do before, that you never know when everything's going to shut down and get taken away. So people are starting to kind of come out and take advantage of those things. That's why I think you're seeing those populations at events like this just exponentially increase year after year. Right. Yeah. And Comic-Con, is a brand name, and it's grown to be a misnomer now because, like you said, there's something here for everybody. Yeah. There's something here for everybody to geek out over. Everybody's got their thing, and that's what I like to see. Is like I said, you don't know who's going to be walking through the door, whether it's you don't know who's standing at the next urinal.
Absolutely, and so it's a lot of diversity, and there's going to be tons of vendors. So bring a lot of cash.
Absolutely. People are paying to get in the door, but that's not all they're doing. They're paying to get in the door, but they're also spending money with the vendors. They are buying photo opportunities. They're buying selfies. They're buying autographs. That's in this building. But then people are going out to eat. They're staying in hotels. They're getting gas in the car. So the economic impact for the city is I won't say immeasurable, because there is a measurement to it. I don't know what it is, but it's a huge impact to the city because people are coming from all over. The last year when we did this, I think we had people from, because one of the things we like to do is, hey, who came the furthest? And we had people coming from like Maine and Washington to Little Rock because they want to see this guest, and they've got some sort of tangential connection to the community. Like my aunt's there. So we could make a trip there and stay with my aunt, or go stay at the hotel and go
Right.
visit my aunt on Thursday.
Right.
And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we
Right.
come out here and do this thing. So people are coming from all over, and that's, again, they're bringing their money to Little Rock. So that's a huge benefit to the city, and one of the reasons why I feel like the city itself, the city government, the people, the businesses, the chambers of commerce really embrace events like this, because it does bring money to the town.
Right. And, it's not even just bringing money into the town. And when you come and support things like this, you support this facility.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
It has to have events in it to, justify it being open.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and like you said, you walk down here and there's restaurants and there's little music joints and everything else. And it's hopping down here.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially, when it starts to get later in the night. And it's because of events like this.
Yeah, the atrium remodel doesn't happen unless this building is
Right.
drawing people constantly
Right.
to the building. So yeah,
Right.
you can go from what's it doing to this building to what's it doing for my city to, you can expand that out as far as you want to go, because again, it's drawing people to
Right.
this area. Yeah.
Right, and it's keeping that money here.
Absolutely.
So, and like you said, there's, I've found that there's people that will, like you said, will travel here because they've got some kind of connection or something like that. But also, they'll travel here because it's like, oh, that person I want to see is there, and I couldn't get a ticket in.
Yeah, I'm not going
city.
to San Diego.
Right.
I'm not going to New York.
Right.
I'll go to Little Rock.
Right.
If I'm from Missouri,
Right.
Oklahoma, Texas, I will come to Little Rock
Right.
before I'll ever go to either coast.
Right.
So yeah, it's that group of people that's kind of in that surrounding state area.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
They show up for events like this. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it makes me so proud too, because you like to see that enthusiasm, and you like to see all that, the nerdum grow. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, everybody's got the thing they geek out about, and everybody's got the thing they nerd about, and it's just like, if whatever it is, it will be here.
Yeah. and
So
I won't speak to your age, but when I was in school,
Right.
the kids that were into this kind of stuff, you had to kind of keep it quiet. Had to kind
Right.
of keep it to yourself.
Right.
You didn't want to get a wedgie. You didn't want to
Right,
get
right.
Locked in your locker or whatever. But now that kind of nerd, geeky subculture has become the dominant culture.
Right.
You look at the movies that are making money right now. It's it's your Marvel movies, it's
Right.
stuff like that. So to come to a place like this where you're going to be surrounded by thousands of people.
Right.
And you're going to see somebody dressed in an outfit of this obscure character that was only on screen for 5 minutes in
Right.
the third season of
Yeah.
whatever it is that you're
Right.
into. And you'll see them, and you'll be like, "Oh my, I know what that is."
Right.
There's my people over
Right,
there.
right, right.
And a lot of them will beeline over to that
Yeah.
person. Like, I love this because I watched that. It was
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's that connecting, you know what I mean? It's that community. And again, just like you, I mean, there was a time period that you had a lane and you stayed in it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And now you can be the starting quarterback on an NFL team, but yet you're into video games and you're into anime, whatever it is. And it's
how much professional wrestling have you seen seep into the NFL with the
Right.
touchdown dances?
Right, exactly.
How many college teams
Right.
have their own championship belt now
Right,
that they
right.
wear at,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all of this stuff is just kind of merging into one giant culture now.
Right.
It is the dominant culture.
Right, and that's what makes me proud.
Yeah.
It's like I said, when you see people come in, and it's like, of course, you'll see things like this too. You'll have, moms and dads and kids, and sometimes third generation, and it's a family event, and they come and like you talked about how somebody will dress up like some specific character that you really have to be in the know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people will show up, and it's like either that person connected to that character, or sometimes people will show up as like I want to see if somebody knows who this person
Anybody
is.
get this?
Yeah, will anybody get this deep cut?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
I guarantee you somebody will
yeah,
get it here this week.
yeah, and you'll stand there, and then people, like you said, they'll gravitate towards you and be like, "That's my tribe."
Yep.
You know what I mean? They get it. They get me. So
But not only that, but like you said, we do this event year after year here, and having done this year after year, there are going to be people here this weekend that I have not seen since we did this last year.
right,
But they come every year, and they always bring the kids, or they always bring the grands. And
Right.
I was speaking to a lady yesterday. She was coming to get the early wristband pickup. I was like, "Oh, you're coming this weekend?" She's like, "Yeah, we're here." I was like, "Are the grandkids dragging you?" She's like,
Right.
"No, just the opposite."
Right.
I'm one to get an autograph with William Shatner. I want
Right.
to give Christopher Lloyd a hug.
Right.
And I'm dragging the grandkids with me, and they'll
Right.
find something else to do while I'm
Right.
standing in line, because there's plenty to do.
Right.
But yeah, it's all ages, it's all fandoms. There's not a typical person that's going to walk in this place and be like, "That's your typical comic." It's everybody. It's
Right.
for everybody. I've got a gal that I graduated high school with. I live in Southwest Missouri. Her family lives like on the border, Arkansas-Texas border.
Right.
The first time in over 25 years, I'm going to get to see her this weekend because she and her husband are part of the Star Wars 501st,
Right.
They dress up as the Stormtroopers and Darth Vader, and they
Right.
go to all these conventions. Who would have thought 25, 30, whatever years ago that when we graduated,
Right.
that, hey, we're all going to go our separate ways, but we're going to get back together in Little Rock down the road a couple of decades,
Right.
and we're going to do it here, and we're going to have a great time with thousands of other people. So
Right.
it's amazing what something like this will draw.
Well, it gets to be family traditions,
Yeah,
and not just a 3-day event. There are people that will plan their vacations around things like this. And you're talking about the amount of money that comes into the city. It's not like they're showing up Friday morning and leaving Sunday night sometimes. I said, they'll have a week. So there's trickle effect. There's trickle, you know what I mean? When y'all leave, some of them are still here, because like I said, they've got that vacation and they're like making the Chevy Chase road trip or whatever, you know what I mean? And this is our destination. This is our family tradition. This is our, and again, it's that, I love seeing that just kind of handed down. My family, it's, Back to the Future was a tradition. When the next generation got to be a certain age, it was like bringing out the Holy Grail or something. Here it is. You will be presented with Back to the Future now.
We're going to give you Star Wars. We're going to give you Back to the Future. We're going to give you Indiana Jones. We're going to do it in a certain order because you got to age into some of this stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I love to see because, like I said, we're both, I think, pretty similar age. And I always described myself as a youngster and even now as like a platypus because I was the athlete, but I was also the guy that liked the quote unquote nerdy stuff too. And like I said, you had to keep that on the down low. You had to be one or the other, and you couldn't be a nerdy guy and like, oh, I like sports too. So it's I love the trend that's going on, and it takes guys like you to keep to make that change. It's because it's positive change.
It is, like you said, so I would go play the football game on Friday night.
Right.
Afterwards, we'd all go, hang out somewhere, get something. And then I'd go over to another group of people's house who weren't at the football game.
Right.
They don't care. And we would watch horror movies until 2 a.m. And then the next day, get up, go to work, get off work, and go hang out with the guys that are playing D&D.
Right.
It's just like you kind of, and now all of that, instead of being so compartmentalized, it's become one culture. It used to be that you would go to the arcade at the mall, meet up with your friends, play your video games, and then go home. Or you would go play your D&D, your tabletop games, kind of down in the basement where nobody has to hear you think about it. We'll get you the pizza and the sodas, and you just stay down there. Nowadays, the thing's completely flipped. Now you stay home to play video games online with your friends. No mall to go to anymore. Or now you get together at these little game shops to play D&D with your friends. You're at this table, and there's another group at this table playing a totally different game. So you're kind of watching what they're doing because that looks pretty cool while you're also trying to play your game. Yeah. Things have just swapped around so much in the last 30, 40 years that it's crazy. You never would have thought. Comic-Con used to be kind of a niche thing that people would go to and they would meet their comic creators. And if you didn't collect comic books, there really wasn't a place for you. Now, like you said, it's okay, you like comic books? We have comic creators here. You like Star Trek? We have people that were in Star Trek here. A lot more than you think, actually. A lot of these people cameoed in Star Trek. If you like professional wrestling, we got wrestlers here. It's something for everybody. If you're into music and musician, we've got Paul Williams, who's in the Songwriting Hall of Fame. People know him as Little Enos from, Smokey and the Bandit, but the guy wrote The Rainbow Connection from the Muppets. There's so many people here that have touched so many different areas. I guarantee you there's something here for you.
Well, and the thing is, these kind of events not only will have you connected with other people that are of similar interests, it will introduce you to stuff you didn't know that you liked.
Absolutely.
You may see something or sit down and play a tabletop game and be like, oh, this is kind of cool. I never thought that I would like this, or I never thought I'd be good at this, or whatever it is. And that's the beauty of this. It's allowing everyone to be who they are.
And like you said, to stretch those things a little bit. I haven't done this because I haven't had an opportunity to do this. Here's an opportunity in front of me. I can sit down with my kids and play these games because we have like a game library here where you can go check out, so to speak, borrow a game, sit down at a table, play it with your friends, try it out, and then decide, well, that was fun. Maybe I want to buy that for us so we can do that at home next week or whatever. So even with that, it's just like testing the waters, kind of dipping your toe in. If you're not immersed in this kind of culture, you can kind of dip your toe in and kind of see. We've got panels here. We're going to do Q&As with our celebrity guests. If you want to sit in a room and just sit, not be on your feet, not have to stand around, and listen to celebrities tell the stories about the things that they're famous, the reason why people are here to see them, you can sit in this room for hours and not leave and have a great time and have laughter and
Right.
learn things and hear stories that you're going to go around and tell people later on. You're not going to believe what I heard Christopher Lloyd
Right.
say this weekend.
And it's going to be, you got to come next year.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's going to be. It's like, you missed it, so you need to make sure you come next year.
Yeah.
And that's how these things grow,
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
and it's, as people continue to show up, this thing's going to sell out again.
Right.
And like I said, we've already sold out weekend passes. We've already sold out Saturday. We are able to take that money and turn around and reinvest it in next year so that, you know, last year we brought this level of guest out. This year we're bringing this level of guest out. Next year we're able to bring this level of guest out. So, you know, the more people show up to these things, the bigger they become, not only in size and scope, but in the, you know, the caliber of people that you can afford to bring in, to fly in from Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, wherever, to come to Little Rock, to sit here for a weekend, meet people, you know, meet folks, sign autographs, take pictures with people that those, you know, individuals may have never stopped in Little Rock before. They may never be here again, but they're going to be here that weekend because this is the draw. This is why they're coming here, is to meet all the people that are going to show up. So,
well, I'm excited to see what's going to happen this weekend.
Me too.
And I really appreciate you sitting down talking with me, Joey. You want to go over those hours again real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Today, Friday, we are here open from 3 to 8. On Saturday, it is 10 to 6. If you do not have a ticket yet for Saturday, because Saturday and the weekend passes are sold out, we will sell Saturday-only tickets. But it will be later in the day. Once we've got all the pre-sale people in, once again, fire code restrictions, once people start to kind of slowly filter out throughout the day, we can start selling those tickets. Last year, I know we had people lined up at 6 a.m. to buy tickets at noon, if that gives you any idea of what the demand is like. So, you know, pack a water bottle, pack a snack, pack an umbrella just in case you need it, maybe grab a chair. And yeah, we will be selling those tickets again. And then on Sunday, we're here from 11 to 5. Sunday is not single day sold out yet. So if you're thinking about showing up this weekend and you're worried about having to stand in line, or if you're going to be able to get in and spend the most amount of time in the building, I would grab a ticket as fast as you can, because these things will sell out and there will be lines to get in to buy more tickets.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, it's nice to meet you and everything else. Again, it's Big Bear Joe, a Big Bear Joe radio show at 91.3 FM.
The previous recording is the sole property of the Bear Meets World Media Group, LLC. All publishing and distribution rights belong to the Bear Meets World Media Group, LLC and its subsidiaries, unless otherwise expressly written by the Bear Meets World Media Group president or by its legal representation.